Florian.
Hi, everybody. This week I was working on setting up the testing suite in the Void Camp app, so the RFME app, and I've reached a good point where we have a basic scaffolding and a bunch of tests, and everything is pretty clean. So at the end, I will do a very quick demo, and yeah, like basically, then I'll work with Tativik and Linear to bring that into the main branch, and then everybody will be able to contribute tests to that. But basically, I'm taking that as like, okay, I wanted to set up that big testing suite. It's ready to go. We merge it, and then we add it progressively. But I think it will help us have a more robust Void Camp app. So that was my week.
Next is Florian.
Hello guys, happy Friday. This week I was working mainly on the transcription pipeline and I finished it today and pushed it. So now I'm helping Madi with one of his tasks that he was working on. And I talked with Subodh about the CI/CD pipeline for human baselines, and we'll be working on that. But we don't need to feed new papers, but I mean, it's what it's used for, I guess. I mean, whenever we come across a new paper, we can put it into there instead of like by hand going and transcribing it. Yeah.
Let me test first. Like I'll run a couple of papers, see what kind of output it's getting. Because once it starts to work, then at least I do have friends which are still in academia, so I can get some quality papers from like top journals, and then yeah, get the transcription automated and replicate them. So I'll do some tests, see how good it's able to. That will also basically mean bit of back and forth with Florian if we need to change anything. But at least if now we have a skeleton, it's a good thing.
It's not perfect in the output. It requires like a bit of minimal human intervention to make it much better, but it does get like the skeleton of the transcription through relatively quickly and relatively well.
I haven't tasted, but I was going to ask you then, Florian. Then, do you also write the corresponding JSON and CSV file the way we have for every transcription as in part of the output of this?
Yes. Yes, partially. There's a bit of there's like one more, like a different key than we use in the transcription, but I can change that pretty quickly.
Okay, I mean, let's see a demo. So if needed, we'll put some logic so that the JSON and CSVs are consistent. So we do that check. If not, at least we let user know they might have to reconcile both of them if we can't do that through code.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
no big deal.
Okay, next up, tell me if I pronounce your name wrong. Linnea?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I mean, this week has been mostly getting to know all of the code very in depth. Tadvik's been going through it with me in a very robust way, so I really know all the ins and outs, so I can get started working on it myself next week, I think.
Next is Lucy.
Hi everyone, happy Friday. And I continued, I was just working on drafting Reddit post and posting, and I did 5 posts yesterday. I posted to psychology and sociology subreddits as well as artificial intelligence, and also posted one to a subreddit called Data is Beautiful, which is a subreddit where people share their data findings through visualizations and graphs. I posted one yesterday and got got some got 10K views, I think. And yeah, and I am planning to work on it more today because I feel like that one was pretty good. So I'll be working on finding some more strategies and try all different formats of different posts, so like I can see which one is the best or which one is least effective and which one is most effective. Yeah. Thank you. What I see is what I see is when I be more organic and really show the usage of our program, like people have more positive feedbacks. And sometimes when I try to promote or be more obvious, and people have some negative feedback, so I will try to be more truthful and organic. Yeah. Yeah. um to the graphs, yeah, I feel like half and half, I would say, because not all positive, but not solely negative. So I would say half and half. Yeah. It's Reddit. You cannot expect all positive feedback.
Okay. Next up is Maudie.
All right. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. So here are the things that I worked this week. So first, I worked with team to set up their project and block them whenever they had issue. And second, I worked on the human baseline fixes with Subot. It's not just the fixes; it's adding some more features also. And third, I worked on the I worked on the developer documentation, which is making their work easy. And fourth, on our I work on the setting up Docker locally, which is part of making our development process smooth, and so they can easily push and pull and make things consolidate and make things better. And some GitHub actions to, for example, PR templates for PR actions. So it makes the reviewing easier, so we can review faster and result in faster push. And yeah, like this linting in our project. Yeah, the thing that is in progress, I am currently working the setting up Docker locally. I tried it. It's not the Duplus setup was working with Kubernetes. So it was not ready for local. So I am working on it to make it working. And one other plan for the next week is to make the application ready for release again. So this is from my side.
Thank you, Mari. Next up is me. This week I finished editing one of Avi's podcasts for like LinkedIn social media posts. Yesterday I helped Sarah in the morning organize some of our growth folders because there's a lot of duplicates or files that like had started, but there was other files that were more like extensive and had the same information, so just condensed it and made it more organized. I started doing trying to like launch Subconscious on 100 directories, so doing directory reach out, and I also have to start today my follow-ups on my LinkedIn cold outreach. So that's the plan for incoming. I think that's all I have today. Okay, do you want me to schedule it for next week or this week or like or whenever? Okay. Okay, you got it. Next up is Pablo.
Sorry, guys. Trigger happy. Trigger happy. Um, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday. Let's finish the week strong. This week, some wins. We got the SPV approved through Angels List. So that is all green and live. If we need to make any adjustments, we'll be able to do that, but it's good to go. There's no blocker. That was a big win. Evans. Yeah, it finally got it, and he seems happier. He seems in a happier mood. And he's only going to get happier after the next iteration of the deck. So, thank no, that was you. We also have a formal trial program that we're starting. We got the green light from the CEO of the Dairy Alliance. And so we have her, Jerry, as well as Michael, who is the director of data and analytics. And so he'll be running it. He wants to run kind of like a trial program and test our results versus their experiments and their results and go from there, similar to a Priceline. That meeting is scheduled for next week. Outside of doing more outreach, I've been a good student and learning more about DevOps. And Avi has me checking out a whole bunch of really cool products and solutions, everything from make.com to Zapier to individual platforms like Apollo. So really leaning into that. And we also have onboarding for Michael, who is the new enterprise account executive. I'm going to introduce him when it's his turn. And so getting him up to speed. Exactly. And let's get hunting. That's it. So interesting week, a good one, productive one. Excited for what's next.
Next is about.
So I think this whole week was all about human baseline and trying to get as much improved estimates as we can. I made some more changes. I haven't integrated in dev, but I'll do that by Monday. So today I got together with Marty and Florian, as Florian mentioned. So now we basically gonna set up a pipeline as an endpoint. So basically anybody wants to run, you will be able to upload a CSV with just the folder names. It will do all the things and it will basically give you as an output a final CSV file with all the numbers that you really need so that anyone can easily view the whole stuff in one go. Because at the moment it's very fragmented. You get some run ID, then you have to go search in one DB, collect the data bit manually. So automate the whole process so that we can run on a bigger scale. And I'm also updating as much invalid transcription as I could so that to increase the big list. So hopefully from Monday or Tuesday, at least we'll have a first good 80, 90 valid transcription list with the endpoint ready. And then we can then quickly churn them through different LLMs. So within a week, we have the whole thing redid and update the front end, like the human base display accordingly with the new numbers and everything. So the goal is the following, do many more. So by the time it's time for like a sample con, we should have a really quality results ready so that you can actually show them that to a good extent we are able to replicate. So we do have an advantage and differentiation from others. So yeah, that was all my update for this week. I mean, as many places we can present, it's a good thing. Okay, I just wanted to ask one more thing, and bear with me. So I saw the email that we are accepted to that NYUC challenge, right? So what is the end goal? Like, do we have to eventually go through some sort of competition show and people will judge? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so okay, I think the orientation is on Jan 30th, so I think probably you'll be going. So I guess we'll know more after that. I mean, that will be a good one. So I think there's some sort of final deadline. It says like end of April and first week of May. And if we really have to go through some sort of competition, then it's like people will feel more motivated, I assume, to work faster. So yeah, that will be a good one next 3-4 months.
Always.
Mm. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Tatavik?
Sorry. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. So for today, I'm going to continue the same schedule as for the rest of this week. I'm going to work with Linnea. The goal is to make sure she's familiar with the code and is really confident with that. Other than that, there are some interesting posts on the hunting channel. So we're going to go through that, make sure the dashboard is bug free. Also, I heard the word release, so I'll push my changes also to the dev. That's on my plan today.
Next is Atish.
Happy Friday. So I finished up the population querying, I guess. The last thing is hosting the CSV file on GCP. I tried to get a hold of Abdul Rahman, but I think he's been pretty busy this week, so I think I'll just try to do it myself with Google's help, unless anyone has any unconventional wisdom about it. And yeah, I'll put out the PR. Yeah, because I can't upload to GitHub, so the idea is just put the CSV in the cloud, then pull it to Rehoboam when we run the script to populate the database, and that's just a one-time thing, and then it's done.
But Atish, didn't you say that the data was already in Postgres?
So I can upload to Postgres because I can put the CSV like in the, I guess, code base locally. But like, well, actually, would we is the same database in every environment, like dev and prod? Because I
Yeah,
assume it wouldn't
I think
be.
that's what Madi has done, right? He has set it up so that it allows for access across all three: dev, test, and prod. Right, Madi?
Yeah, that's right. But it's good that we separate the dev test and prod databases.
Okay.
So I should probably
Usually
do
it's the
that,
case,
right?
but
Okay.
But at least the goal is to get the data in a Postgres, like because now we'll have many more such data files. So I don't want to have like 10 CSV going around. That's why I asked Madi. That's why Madi set up a Postgres so that we put the data into that.
Right. So that's like it's in the Postgres.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, everything's done on like whatever database I've set up. But from my conversation with Madi, or please go ahead, Madi.
here's one thing we can do. So you connect directly to our dev database, run your command that insert the data into the database, and it directly insert the data into the cloud database. So you don't have to first put the CSV file in the cloud, and then from there you insert the data.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've been using it, but well, yeah. I mean, I'm not really blocked anymore. It's just where are we putting the data? So that's all. Okay. That's all for me.
But
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Atish, so please get in touch with Marty maybe after the stand-up if possible, because based on the I mean, this is what I'm guessing. The code is ready. You test local, everything works. So the only thing is putting the data into the database in our cloud, and then basically then accessing that with your current code, right? That's the step that is
Yeah,
left.
that's exactly right.
Right. So get in touch with Marty. He can show you literally in 10 minutes how to ingest the data directly from your local to the cloud database. You don't have to go through the whole hassle.
Okay, will do.
Because once you put that, then only I can sit with Hardy and make changes to the backend for the rest of the processing. So that piece is bit critical.
Right. Right.
So please make sure you somehow get this thing done today, so that at least I can sit on Monday early morning to get that thing integrated with the rest of the backend code.
Yeah, right after stand up.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next is Ambush.
Hi guys, happy Friday. So I have completed my implementation of index Venue 4J for the graph rack, which I'll be pushing in the next 1 hour. And I think the only thing that's left right now is a proper testing framework of how we can test, the all implementation that I've worked with. So both I need to sit with you and we need to figure out how we can test this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
you say
how will be the push Ambers? Is it like an endpoint where we upload a JSON and then it creates the graph internally and then we ask the question?
For now, what I was doing is that you could input first the folder that you're working with, the experiment name folder. Then we
Mm-hmm.
get the data from OneDB, and then
Mm-hmm.
internally we create the database that is stored on Neo4j,
Okay.
and yeah, and then we could start from there. Yeah.
Okay, that is also fine. Okay, so push that thing, then
Okay.
let me try with couple of folder names and then we can see. So that will also give me a feeling of how the whole thing is working.
Sure, sure. And yesterday I was also testing to see if we could use DeepSeek's R1 model, which what I've read about is quite the great thing, the next big thing. So for now, I was using the UI version of it, which did not take the complete J analytics file in. So I tried to put it in batches. But again, the problem with batches was after a couple of batches, it says, the memory has been exceeded. So I think we'll need to set this up in maybe GCP and then, use API to properly work with it. So yeah, I just wanted to put that up. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah, so I checked the DeepSeek in GCP, and it's not available currently in Vertex AI. There is one other thing that I'm thinking we can deploy it using Ulama, and if it's available in Hugging Face, we can directly use Vertex AI to deploy from Hugging Face. These are the two options, but I will. It is, if it is, then it's easier, so we can directly get from it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, I think it should be doable. Yeah, but for now, I'll try to work on the testing framework for what I've done for now. But yeah, even right now, I create a confidence score. I tell the LLM to give me a confidence score regarding the query and the output that I get from the graph AI. So it gives me a confidence score. But yeah, maybe we could use reinforcement learning and add another score, let's say, on how confident we are. I think that's
I'll work on that. I got the idea. I think it's a nice idea. We pass our numbers and then we pass the conclusion plus the numbers from the papers and then see to what extent AI agrees. Mm. And then somehow then it can take all the numbers together, right? Like the difference in betas, coverage probability, and then give a overall confidence score in replication by taking different dimension into consideration. Then that will be something really nice, like a one number between 0 and 1. That's a nice idea. I'll work on that. It's a nice idea.
it. So that's all for me, guys. Thank you.
Uh, Next is Hadid.
Oh, Hadi, we can't hear you. It's really bad.
Oh, yeah. How about now? Is it
Yeah, it's better now.
okay? Sorry for that. So
Madi,
this
give him
week,
some bandwidth.
I set up Codemon for RAG implementation to be able to chat with the results of experiments. Right now, it's just set up locally, and also deployed Ashwin's work on Vercel for creating the user journey. DBC's work on implementation, he needed some time to work on the code, like connect the backend with the front end, and also make his project to Dockerize his project for deployment. So he should be ready by now, I think. Yeah, Avi, you said that Arduino implementation for the user journey, like discover, try, buy, is hard coded. Should that be created by LLM? I think, yeah, he in the code he mentioned that these steps, like discover, try, buy, or recommend, 4 steps. He has mentioned that. Or, yeah. and also for the different LLMs, right now it's using OpenAI. And I asked Ashwin, can we add more like a different LLMs? He sent me a code. So we just need to install a different LLM SDK. Then we can have like multiple LLMs. Yeah. Well, integration, I think is on me. For the user journey, I think it should come before the prompt or the Y component. I mean, like before the experiment starts. And for uploading personas, it can be in one of the step like who. It's already there is some button in the UI, or you can create in who step. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's it from my side. Yeah, like well, it's as working, trying. There are some issues like he's facing with his code, but improving it. For Ashwin, sometimes not available, but his implementation, I think, is good. What he did. But also it was like a little bit easy also rather than PC's work. It was just UI.
Next is Rupesh.
Hi, happy Friday, everyone. I have worked on network request issue, and after addressing this issue, I also updated the progress bar now and added elapsed time. I will review it along with the Subodh and Madhi after the stand-up. Then I'll proceed with like raising a PR, and you should be seeing it in the dev then. And I'm also working on adding a new feature to allow users to add new traits. And I don't have any blockers for now. That's it from my side. Thank you, everyone. Mm. No, no, the Subodh mentioned like we will be taking input from the user, I mean the trait from the user, and we will be generating a labels for that.
Yeah, it is like an attribute generation, Avi. So either you type something or yeah, and then you send, and we take everything else till that point in terms of other traits being available, and then just generate the label. Pablo will be happy now.
Yeah, I have to. Okay, let me enter. I have to. I have to. Sorry, Avi, I've been quiet. um, this is awesome, guys. This is so incredibly awesome. Don't not just like the personalization of character traits and segmentation, right? And you're bringing in the right synthetic agents, like literally the right synthetic agents. So you're proactive around experimentation and your sample size. But what's also crazy is that you solve another, let's just say, constraint that we originally had, which was that a lot of our segmentation was specifically for B2C. But now, because they can segment, right, themselves, right, you're opening the door to better B2B. That's like such a home run, and we're only going to get better. I mean, I know this is just the start, but I'm excited. I'm just going to shut up now, but like I cannot tell you on behalf of so many people, marketing agencies, so many people, like even LinkedIn kind of like brushed, the need for this in the demo. I cannot tell you how important that feature is. Thank you. Period. Hard stop.
Okay. Such great work, everybody. Looks like Michael left. Do you want to give an introduction of what he's doing, Pablo, anyways?
Yeah. I think he was having I guess he was having some technical issues or something this morning. He was here for a little while. I will follow up and obviously engage in the onboarding for him today. Michael is joining the company from Google. He is a hunter. He is going to be basically sourcing and covering deals from beginning to close. And he has a background in software sales, over a decade of experience, and has previously shown a lot of engagement to join the company and to push our narrative forward. He is one of several great candidates that we are hunting for, Avi and I, very aggressively to bring to the company and scale our growth operations and deals. So there will be more to come, but it's definitely exciting, and I think a big milestone in the company's history. We just got to get them to be successful, and the company will therefore be successful, and then we got to scale that. Actually, let me share some really cool insight, because like Avi has been really pushing this week, and I just want the whole team to be excited about this too. Does everyone know about product led growth and sales led growth? They try to do
Yes.
something similar, but it's a different method and approach, right? Sales led growth is we're hiring hardcore salespeople like Michael, right? Um, to proactively push, right, subconscious into the market and close. And it's usually, more relevant for enterprise, which is our space, right? Product led growth is the other way around, where you're trying to attract, pull, right, attention into your platform and make it really easy for them to explore the platform at scale. And then, it's kind of like bottom up, where they get really interested, they become a user, they test it out, they trial it, right? It's very accessible, and then over time you get the larger account, right? We're employing both, right? But frankly, our biggest muscle and flex has been sales led growth. And so what Avi is really really pushing, I love the idea, is this notion of really being able to ingest and create automation workflows on the sales end to drip on users, regardless of what channel, right, medium they come into, and then get them as eventual leads and prospects and deals accordingly. So it's going to be really exciting. More details to come.
Thank you, Pablo. Super exciting. Everyone, if you catch Michael, introduce yourself. He's really dope from what I've met so far. Would anyone like to show any demos or anything else before stand-up ends?
I could do like a 2 minutes demo for the testing piece. I mean, it's going to be 2 minutes.
Take it away.
Okay. So how am I gonna do that? So this, yeah, I'm gonna do like that. Okay. Share your screen. Void camp. So basically, so this is, I assume you can see my IDE now. So basically, Void Camp is our Shiny app, and so one challenge we have was to make sure that everything is working correctly. And so basically, what I did was to add a testing suite in there, and so now we have a bunch of tests, and so I will spare you the running because it takes a minute or two, which is not too bad, like a minute or two. But basically, when you type now this command, docker compose local run test, it will. Let me just make sure that you guys see. Yes, you see. Then, trying to. Yep. When you run test, it will run the thing, start R, and then go bam, 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 run all those tests one by one that test that the core functionality is working, that the UI components are working. And yeah, it took 84 seconds or 1 minute and a half. And then you get this nice thing. So right now, yeah, this one, don't mind it. But basically, right now I have 19 tests and they all pass. And so that means that we have 19 behaviors or functionalities of the codes that we are confident that they are working. And so when we make changes to the app, now we can check immediately, well, does that break any of those 19 pieces? And if it does, then check why. And I'll be working with Datavik and Linnea to push, and others to push that into GitHub Actions so that when someone makes changes to the R Shiny app and pushes to GitHub, GitHub will run the test and say, hey, yes, you're still doing all the tests, or like, nope, you're breaking something, please check what you did. And so this is going to be, I think, from a process perspective, going to make us more effective, make the app more robust. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, thank you, everyone. So yeah, like be able to Avi's question, like I will work on figuring out how we can get a test to make sure that when we update R or Shiny, then we make sure that users don't lose the experiment and this sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, it is a process, but I think it's a process that's going to make it easier and smoother for us to have multiple people working in the R Shiny app. Yes. Oh, so it's working on the entire Shiny app. But so as I understand it, the Shiny app starts once the experiment has run. So for example, the part of the user journey where you enter the characteristics of the experiment, these are not in our Shiny, and so that's outside of this. But all the tabs of all the analytics tabs and result tabs will be all covered by this. And yeah. Eric?
Currently, the R Shiny doesn't include the calculations. The calculations are in Rehoboam.
Yeah.
And
So,
Florent is
so
yeah.
yeah, so
No,
this covers all the R Shiny code in Void Camp, not the R code in Rehoboam, if that's helpful. Probably, yeah. I mean, unless someone stops me on my way.
well, we're gonna look into details after the stand-up, but so far, I'm very pleased with the Florence work he's been doing. So I can't wait to have it in there.
I was like, oof. Thank you.
Anyone else have anything else to share or having crickets? Okay. Well, guys, it's so much exciting news. Let's keep these wheels turning. Let's keep working hard. And happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Good job.